Hey, what's up? I thought I'd do kind of a real low profile comic as you are kind of a video. Just in my kickback shirt, have some comic trips playing. And I won't say I'm redirecting my collecting, but I am kind of approaching some of these DC runs from the early 2000s that were a little pricey before. I've noticed that the prices have been coming down, and I've been doing a little selling on eBay. I actually sold some books to someone really cool. Um, Told me he plans on unboxing the run I sent him on either his Instagram or his YouTube. And I thought that was cool. I said, "Hey, what's your channel?" And he sent me the link. I subbed him up and looked at his Instagram and his YouTube. And we have really similar tastes. I believe he's in the San Bernardino area. So, yeah, not crazy even far where I could probably bump into him one of these conventions. Really cool guy. Um, so I redirected some collections, stuff I had doubles on for some stuff that I didn't have any of. And what I wanted to do was share this Batgirl run from 2000. Seller had these listed for 200. Um, I offered him, I believe I offered him 150, and he countered 175. And I said, I'd really like to get these for 150 because the way he's doing shipping is he's using two, not one, but two flat rate medium mailers, and they're each $17.10. So he wanted $34.20 for shipping. And on top of that, tax on $150 purchase, 9 cents 100 times, that's $9. 9 cents 50 times, 13.50. So 34, 13.50, and 150. I said, hey, 150. I don't want to beat him up, but I said I'd really like to get this run for 200 shipped. And yeah, he countered back with the 150. He didn't have 100% feedback, positive feedback, but I looked into it, and the one thing that had brought down his feedback was just one guy who seemed unhappy with something, and he negative feedbacked every book from the lot, individually. And I don't know if it was frivolous or exactly what happened, but other than that, this guy had really good feedback. But that one person brought the positive feedback percentage down to like 94.7. Um, Sorry, got this Harley Quinn lighter she's jiggling on the table. Put it to the side. What are you doing with the lighter, Rig? Lighting firecrackers. But yeah, so this guy, good communication. He has lots of books. I might get another run from him. I'm kind of eyeballing Gotham City Sirens or the Harley Quinn run from 2000. I have a fondness for that era of DC. Move this out of the way. Um, Let me see if I can find a big pen. Hey, you know how Big Pen got rich? They make Bic got rich making lighters and ballpoint pens, the things that everyone loses on a daily basis. If you want a multi-billion-dollar company, sell people things that they'll never stop losing. So anyway, I got two of these. I've already cracked one open. Like I said, just kind of an good old style video. We'll look at this run together. Uh, I remember around '04, I read the first couple of trades of this Cassandra Cain Batgirl, and I always remembered it. And these books always reminded me of that time, right about when I was 20. Um, Not quite old enough to drink, but plenty old enough to get in trouble. um, and yeah, that whole Y2K era, and 9/11 had just happened, and sorry, it's just like kind of the essence of that time. Uh, Radiohead was just dominating. um, South Park was a big part of what I. That's how I got my news. I watched South Park. That was my exposure to what was going on. I watched South Park. Anyway, enough of that. Just kind of setting the tone for this video. Real kickback. All right, so first book. It's an annual. This is from 2000, Batgirl Annual 1. These are pretty nicely bagged and boarded, like the real narrow modern boards. Decent bags, single piece of jot tape on the back. Anyway, back to what's important in the books. Yeah, here's issue 1. I just ordered myself up out of a lot of No Man's Land Batman books. It had the first appearance of Cassandra Cain, 567. So yeah, kind of got the fever for that character, I guess. All right, here's issue 1. Really cool. 2. 3. I really dug this art for a DC book. I thought it had the right amount of cartoony, good storytelling. Kelly Puckett was the man on the Batman Adventures books. He scripted so many original stories. He was kind of the Paul Dini of comics. When Paul Dini wasn't writing that many comics yet, I think he had kind of done like Batman Mad Love by that point, or Harley Quinn Mad Love. It's issue 5. Yeah, I'm really excited about these. So 150 each. I believe it's a 77 issue run, and the annual, so about $2 each when you consider 200 all in, 77 books. What was that, about $1.50, $1.60 a pop? So I think I'm below cover price, which is $2.50. I mean, you could probably find most of these in a dollar bin, issue 6. But to just get all of them, every now and then I just pull the trigger. Here's issue 8. It stifles the hunt, which is kind of sad. I'll never have a checklist to mark off. That was 7. The thrill of completing this, but I'm going to use that energy towards reading these. It's 8. Batgirl is back in the costume. Here's issue 9. I'll move it along. There's a lot of these. Issue 10. Here's a picture with Daddy. Deathstroke the Terminator. Here's issue 12. Yeah, I'm really happy with these. I'm going to give this guy, I'm going to try to budge his eBay percentage back up to what I think it should be. I don't know what happened, but I won't say it was frivolous. We all make mistakes, but I don't know who made the mistake this time. I can just tell by this guy's communication, though, that it could have probably been worked out. 14, but you never know. you never know how a deal's going to go until it goes south, and then you kind of really see what the seller is all about when you know, buyer's not happy. We all kind of dread that. Here's issue 16. '17. What do I remember about these reads? Well, I remember this Batgirl being very stealthy, very quiet, uh, mysterious. I could only make myself out to be ignorant the more I say, because it was, oh God, almost 25 years ago. I want all of the 2000s back. I don't think any of those years should count. Unless, those were the first years of your life, then obviously they must count. But I don't know. I didn't feel those years at all. I almost feel like they were in a daze. Here's issue 20. Here's a really nice Tim Sale cover on issue 21. 22. 23. 24. Oh, wow. Here's issue 25. 26. I think Phil Noto is on pencils at this point. 27. Bruce Wayne Fugitive Part 5. It's always interesting to see the little storylines that were running through the Bat titles. Unfortunately, I won't say it diminishes the beauty of the book, but Gotham City Sirens 1 will forever have that Batman Reborn banner up top, which isn't an eyesore, but yeah, that cover is so nice. You don't want anything to interfere with it, but it's still on my want list. Just that Yellow March artwork is amazing, but yeah, it's just kind of funny to think that one advertisement is forever a part of that cover. Batgirl 28. What can you do though? Oh gosh, it makes me think of those DC books that have the arrow, the CW's arrow on the bottom. Ugh. That's issue 29. 30. I remember I kept asking my brother, is this DC's arrow? Is this Green Arrow? And he said, yeah, it's Ollie. And I remember watching it and I'm thinking, this is DC related? I don't understand. How is this DC? It was like that Shaq movie, Steel. I was like, when the four Supermen arrived after Superman died, one of them was Steel. And I'm thinking, is that what Shaq's doing in the movie? I never confirmed if it actually was. Like, some of these early representations of comics, Birds of Prey, for example, you might have wondered, is this Harley Quinn from the comics? Issue 33. Issue 34. But we took what we could get. We had a Dolph Lundgren Punisher movie in 85, 86, and we liked it. All right, let's crack open this next bundle. So far, really happy. None of the books are missing, which is kind of like the ultimate, like, paranoia. Like, where's issue 19? Where could it be? I'll never have it. and then you realize, oh, it's behind issue 22, or it's double boarded with issue 18. But everything is accounted for so far. Sorry, I should have prepared both of these. And I won't kill the air with more jibber jabber. So yeah, we were having a rainy April. And I told the guy, please prepare these for California handling, which I'm convinced has got to be some of the roughest in the country. Anything that goes through the City of Industry Sorting Center, oh, please help it. And yeah, so as long as this book wasn't thrown into a puddle, this box was thrown in a puddle, it was going to get here okay. So I'm going to see where'd we leave off on? 35. So let me see if we got 36 right up top. Come on, 36 the easy way. What do we got? I had a 50-50 shot of getting it, and I end up pulling something from the 70s. All right. See? So you should never force yourself to gamble. You'll lose. All right. We're not going to edit that out because this is a comic as you are video. Don't sue me, Courtney Love. Francis Bean can sue me though. Okay. And there's 36 right there. Booze though. All right. I miss these comic trips. I was watching another channel for a while called The Comic Sten, and I really tried to like it, but it was too much about flipping and whatnot. And I like the couple, they're cool. I like their little adventures, but these comic trips, they were strictly collectors. I understand people have to flip, but I don't want to watch a show about it necessarily. So yeah, I'm back to watching comic trips. All right, it's 36. Oh my God, that is scary. 37. These are nice. Seller told me they were read once and then put away, and I'm really getting that vibe. So I'm glad they've already been read. Cliff Chang cover. I'm glad the seller got to at least read them. I've sold a lot of books that I never read, and I kind of wish, in hindsight, that I at least read them. 39. So yeah, when do you know when to stop selling? Like, it seems to me it would get kind of addicting. Selling stuff that you're not necessarily over, but stuff that's lost that new feel, and maybe you have doubles of it. When do you stop? Like, I never knew when the line was drawn. When, like, okay, that's 41. I'm good now. And I do not want to get the bug and 6 months later realize, oh my God, where's my collection? 42. But it's really a necessity for me right now to make a little room. If I'm going to buy 77 comics, I got to move some of the other ones. That's all there is to it. That's 43. Am I sending these? Sorry, I'm not really looking at what I'm doing. I really apologize if you've been looking at old comic bag Ripple this whole time. Try a little better on that. 44. Yeah, if anyone has any advice, because this is kind of new to me, whenever I've started selling comics, I've had maybe 5 collections since about 1993. I've amassed huge collections. What's Hub McCann say? I've amassed many fortunes and I've lost many fortunes. And that's me. I've had 90s collections. I had 2000s collections. That's 45. And life got in the way, or for some reason I lost interest, 46. Or they didn't seem to snap and popple, crack and popple for me anymore, 47. And I've moved them in times when comics had, ugh, selling comics to a pawn shop, brutal, right? What was I thinking? 48. Oh wow, Rick Leonardi's on this one, 49. So now at least with eBay, I can get my money back. I can sell hopefully to other collectors. I kind of eyeball when someone like makes me an offer. I'll sort of look at their inventory, see if they're a seller, and if I don't think they're gonna flip my books, well, which are will soon be their books, I'm more likely to want to sell to them. But I'm very wary now. 51. But it's a lot better than it was selling at comic shops. Would you believe that there was a time when comic shops would give you like 20% of what they were going to sell the books for? 52. That was a hard lesson. I never want to be in that position again. 52, 53. So you got to protect your collections. 54. Guys with pops, anything of value when the times get hard. 55. Anything that like suddenly have a big target on its back, like something you can move quickly to put some capital together. I always hope that happens to none of us. That when push comes to shove, there'll be another answer rather than parting with these precious books. 56. I think it's okay now. I think when I was in my 20s, 57, there was different kinds of temptation, and there was a spell when I don't know, maybe I thought I was going to get real and move my comics, 58. But now I think I've calmed down. I don't think it'll be an issue. I think this one has art by Alejandro Garza. Oh no, is that? Yeah, it might just be Garza. It's 59, 60. Yeah, hopefully, um, I believe this time when I fall in love, it'll be forever. And I believe I'm forever in love with comics this time. And 61. I think I have the best collection I ever had, but make no mistake, in the 2000s and in the 90s, I had a really nice X-Men collection in the 90s, 62. And part of me always wants to get those books back, 63. I have, I can't remember a lot of things. I can't remember what I just said, but I could probably, with 90% accuracy, tell you what comics I had in my original long boxes. 64. 65. These are cool. These are later issues. These just feel like lower print run books. 66. We're already up to September '05. So we've already looked at 5 years worth of books here. 67. 68. 69. Oh my gosh. Yeah, these sale covers, huh? 69. On 70, we have a really nice Ivy. 71. Oh man, Tim Sale's just closing us out. I mean, we don't have any Jimmy B. I don't see any Ballant on these. 72. And 73. There might be a spoiler on this one. What does he say? Something about kills Lady Shiva. Matricide. One of the hardest of all sins to live with. Okay. I'm going to unsee that. Yeah, I saw it. I can't unsee it. That's cool, though. All right, so thank you for watching. Kind of an old style video. I've done these for runs I got in the mail for the Max, for Mystique. We've done these. What else? What other? I don't know. Like I said, I can't remember what I just said, but I can remember those old books. I may not be able to remember books I bought 5 years ago, but man, I can remember with precision books from 20 years ago. Do we keep going forward, or do we get sentimental and we track those down? I would probably track down those old books before I get a pull list with 20 new books a month. It wouldn't be that hard. It would just be all the Jim Lees, the Gambit, and some other really nice stuff though. It was funny when that just a quick little story, when those hologram covers came out for what was it? Was it Uncanny 304, X-Men 25, Wolverine 75? Was it X Factor 92, X Force 20 something, Excalibur 80? When those came out, I started buying all those titles because I wanted the story of what was it? Not Executioner's Song, but whatever it was when Wolverine had the adamantium pulled out. Spoiler alert. Sorry. But anyway, I would go to shows with my dad, Frankenson's card shows. We were big into baseball cards, but I was slowly getting into comics because I was more of an artist than an athlete. But I still knew baseball cards. I could still turn $5 into $50 at Frankenson's, buying packs, pulling cards, walking around selling them, selling up, leveling up. I had that knack, but I got into comics. And for some reason, my dad was saying they can't all be winners. You can't just buy X Factor, X Force, Uncanny X-Men, the whole wave. He knew. He's like, those are the equivalent of commons in baseball cards. And I was like, I want them, Dad. And he was right, though. I amassed this huge collection. And it was just kind of funny that my dad recognized that my collecting was getting kind of crazy. And he was like, stick to the keys. Stick to the keys. But yeah, that was cool, man. My dad almost bought an X-Men 1 at one point, and I talked him out of it because I was still so into the baseball cards. Would you believe, and I'm not talking about Jim Lee's X-Men, I'm talking the real X-Men, Stan Lee, Jack Kirby X-Men. Would you believe he had an opportunity to buy X-Men 1 for $100, and I talked him out of it? I kid you not. I will never forget that. And he used to hound me about it because he wanted that book for me and my brother to have. And he's like, X-Men 1, $100, you could have had it. And it's not like I would have had to have mowed lawns for it. He would have bought it. And I insisted, nah, don't buy into that jazz, Dad. These X-Men are fly-by-nighters. All right, 30-minute video for some Batgirl books. Kicking it old school, comics as you are. Just thought I'd post one the old way. Sometimes the old way is the best way. All right.